Hey YouTube, it's the Tempest. I've got one of my final updates for my Dark Death Tachikaze deck. I think it's pretty good so far. Might be a couple changes I might make to it, but this is probably gonna be the final build. So it's pretty much the same from last time, but I will go over what I have changed. So yeah, let's get started. With the starter, Dragon Egg, Pioneer starter. I'm choosing to play it over the Baby Terra because it's just good. You can use it as a turret tire, as a target turret tire things early, and it's a nice 10k shield. So just good overall. One of the best starters of all. Triggers, I've got 6 crit and 6 draw. So I don't know if I'm going to keep the trigger ratio. I might switch back to 7 and 5. I was running 7 and 5 before. Well, actually, I started with 6-6, then I went back to 7-5, then I went back to 6-6, which is what I have now. And I might switch back to 7-5 because I have it at 6-6 because with this deck, it doesn't give you a lot of free pluses unless you draw like a Skype Terra or something. So if you go to play Dark Rex, which is a -3 for you, unless you have like a Skype Terra and a Dragon Egg to make up the counterblast score, right? Like it's just a huge minus. So 6 draw triggers helps you to get the your hand and field presence back if your final turn Dark Rex play fails, which is Dark Rex is meant to be a final turn play usually. So yeah, that's mainly what it is. But again, the odds of your Dark Rex failing if you're a good player are very low. So I think I might drop it down to just 5 draw triggers because then there won't be such a need for them if I get better at figuring out when to play the Dark Rex. So yeah, and then of course 4 heals. Or 3 heals, I guess. I don't know if it's right there. So yeah, 4 heals. Okay, so yeah, 4 heals. Grade 1s, really obvious. Of course, Sonic Noah. I max him so I can help hit 18 and 23 against cross rides. Very important to the deck. 3 Skype Terra. Only need 3 right now. Just not needed as much. With Dragon Egg as your starter, his skill is not that necessary. He's just a really strong booster. And especially considering it's a cross-ride era, Sonic Noah is always going to be a better choice. So yeah, only 3 of them. But you do need him for the Dark Rex play because you can counterblast 1, get him back to your hand. He's really good for defense. 3 Beam Terra. He's a 7k, which means he's really good in this deck. Helps my 11k attackers hit for 18, and also when he's retired during battle, I can give 3k to another unit. So it's very helpful when the Dark Rex play rolls around. And then finally we got full perfect guards. So yeah, really standard grade 1 lineup. That hasn't changed at all. Grade 2s, if anything, have been more solid, I think. I got 4 Cannon Gear. 4 Cannon Gear is amazing. It's an 11k all the time, and if it's in the Vanguard, if it's boosted by Tachikaze, it gains 2k. His only downside is when it comes into play, you have to retire something. But with Dragon Egg as your starter, that's not a problem. If you call him or ride him turn 2, it's great 11k defense, and you already have the Dragon Egg pioneered out, so you can just counterblast 1 and get rid of it. Then you have it in your hand for 10k shielding. Yeah, I think Cannon Gear is really important in this deck, both as an attacker and a turn 2 defender. Some people will disagree with me, but I think it's just that good. Moving on, we have 2 10k vanilla Megarex. I'll get back to that in a second. And then we got 2 Tachikaze. Now, I was gonna run like 4 of one or 4 of the other, right? But I was testing out because I have the Raptor deck now too. I'm gonna post in a minute, but I was testing this out in the Raptor deck, and I found that 2 of each actually works really well in that deck too because of I like having a 10k base power that's good all the time. But then when you go for the Dark Rex final turn play or early game when you have Death Rex out and you know it's gonna hit and you have to retire something, these guys are better. So these guys are good all the time, but these guys are better if you know plays are going to be made. So I think 2 and 2 is a good ratio. I wouldn't go like 3 of one, and 1 of the other. I would think 2 and 2 is actually really good. I wouldn't play 4 Packy. I'd either do 2 of each, or I'd do 4 Megarex if I were you, because late game rolls around. The only time you're going to be retiring things every turn is with Dark Rex and Death Rex. So these guys are only good early game and very, very late game. So yeah. And last we have 3 Slash Terra. Same as the Beam Terra. If he's retired during battle, 3k to another unit. Very useful for final turn plays and stuff. He's also a 9k attacker, which isn't amazing in this deck since it doesn't hit for anything against cross rides, but you still need him. And then finally, the grade 3s are just 4 Dark Death Rex and then 4 Dark Rex. Really easy, really standard. Yeah, so that's the Dark Death Tachikaze deck. One of my favorites. I'm planning on taking this to my next tournament, if not my Raptor deck. So yeah, wish me luck, and I'll post updates and results later. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video.